Hello and welcome once again to University of Birmingham for another Sky Sports hockey special. Today it's Pizza Express action between Sheffield and Oxford University. The Steel City against the City of the Dreaming Spires. Both teams are at full strength for today's game. We're looking forward to it. Let's have a look at those lineups. Oxford University at full strength. Ollie Wesley takes over in goal from Wigmore away in Malawi. Simon Mee is likely to be sweeper, with Ashad Khan, Peter Bell and Richard Markham across the back. Wayne Graham, Stephen Griffiths and Chris Blower are a lively and talented midfield, with Martin Laharet, Grant Edwards and Simon Morley up front, feeding off the first-class service. Wayne Graham is certainly the jewel in Oxford's star-studded gown. Next year he will be leading his native South Africa into a World Cup in Sydney.
Certainly looking forward to today's game. We've come off 3 losses and obviously we need a good boost by having a victory. I think we've had some good preparation over the week and surely looking forward to it going well. And I predict we probably win the game by 2 or 3 goals today.
Sheffield are also at full strength. Malcolm Pratt in goal, captain David Belgin links up with Martin Smiley at fullback. Midfield of Jim Tasker, John Bray and the evergreen Mike Stoddard. And a busy looking forward line with Jonathan Davis and Mark Anderson working the left side, Rob Ward down the middle, and on a useful looking right flank it's Martin Mannion and another overseas visitor from Australia this time, Andrew Meredith, a student. An impressive performer and a former member of the Australian under-21 team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to today's game. Both sides play open flying hockey. It should be a fairly high scoring affair and I'm looking forward to a win to us by 1 goal.
The umpires today are Neil Gardner and Matthew Hilton, the technical delegate Martin Gothridge.
Watching Sky Sports. Tonight at 8:30 we're on
of Oxford University who gets this game underway. Oxford playing in the navy blue shirts from right to left as we look at them. And an opportunity there for Sheffield, the ball threaded through by Stoddard, Mike Stoddard for Sheffield, but not finishing up at the end of a Sheffield stick. Out of play, a 16-yard hit to Oxford. Joining me in the commentary box today is the Hockey Association's Director of Coaching, Mike Hamilton. Mike, welcome.
Morning, Nick.
Are you looking forward to this one?
It should be quite a good game. The 2 quite evenly balanced sides. Looking forward to it, yes.
Both of these sides have had a difficult start to the season. Oxford just 3 points to show for their efforts to date. Those 3 points came from the first game of the season, also held here at the University of Birmingham. A 6-3 thriller against Harborne. Since then it's been a very disappointing show. Mike, surely Oxford are much better than those results.
A shock coming into the National League, I think. They had quite an easy time in their regional league last year. Always difficult taking that step up, just getting a bit of confidence back again.
Nice attack there by Sheffield on this right-hand side, but the whistle goes in favour of Oxford. Oxford University, the first university side to qualify for the National League. Hardly a typical side. They include Wayne Graham, as we saw at the start of the programme, the captain of South Africa. Very talented player. Here he is on the ball, and threading that one through nicely. In that first game of the season against Harborne, Oxford got off to a whirlwind start. They were 3 up within 12 minutes, and a hat-trick for Dan Edwards, who finds himself on the sideline today, such is the competition for places in the Oxford lineup. And this is indeed the first time that their coach, Gavin Featherstone, has been able to select from a full side. Sheffield, too, are at full strength. They had their first win of the season last weekend, coincidentally also against Harborne, and they'll be hoping that's something of an omen for the future. Sheffield, a club of great tradition and a very strong youth policy. And many of these players today have come through that youth regime. Oxford under pressure still. Sheffield have it. Into the circle from Ward. Away there by Ollie Wesley in goal for Oxford today. Wesley getting his opportunity. The University's number 2 keeper. And Oxford with a hit in. Poor one. And again, Sheffield pumping the ball down this right-hand side. Losing out. Markham trying to get the Oxford attack going down their left-hand side. Out of play, near the halfway line. And in fact, it's a hit to Sheffield. Given near the Oxford 25. There it is, taken quickly. And Arshid Khan on the far side there, looking for an obstruction, but the whistle goes the other way at the first penalty corner of the game, given to Sheffield. Umpire Neil Gardner from Warwickshire, so he's not had far to travel today. He's umpiring on this near side, and his colleague Malcolm Hilton at the other end. So the first corner of the game, Sheffield's number 7 there is Jim Tasker. He's going to have the responsibility for hitting it out. Here it comes, the stop's a good one. And Sheffield getting in a bit of a muddle, not getting a shot in, on or off target there. Disappointment then for Sheffield. And the first corner of the game comes to nothing. Very pedestrian build-up by Sheffield. Got well into control, which so far Oxford haven't really managed to do. Now they have a chance now through Wayne Gray. Feeds it infield for Stephen Griffiths. Fed out on that far side. It's a lovely ball. Good crowd in today. Both Sheffield and Oxford University have brought coachloads of spectators here to the University of Birmingham for this game on Sky Sports. Mike, I'm sure Sheffield will be feeling a lot better after that win last week.
Yes, they also will be struggling for confidence at the moment, and this game, big game for both these teams with regard to confidence in the future.
Well, this is Blower for Oxford, trying to find a way into that Sheffield circle, but the hit goes in favour of Sheffield. There's a couple of wins for either of these sides, end to end, would make a difference. Presently they're languishing down the table. Sheffield in 13th place, Oxford a couple of places lower. It's going to be a very competitive division this year, I think, the second division of the Pizza Express League. And the ball out of play again. Hit into Oxford. Markin tracks it away, but wants to get onto a Sheffield stick, and a chance here. Mannion trying to find a way into the circle. Free hit just outside. Jim Tasker on the ball, cracks it in, and not too far away there, lurking on the far side was young Davis. That was a half chance, and that looks painful. And Davis goes down. Jonathan Davis, a North under-21 player, joined Sheffield from Formby. He's taken a knock on that right knee. There's the Sheffield bench, Ruben Herbert, nearest to camera. I think Davis is going to be unable to continue, making his way across the touchline, and really with rolling substitutions, this delay should be an unnecessary one. He should be off. Mike, rolling substitutions have made quite a difference to the game, haven't they?
They've certainly made a big difference. This sort of injury incident now could be dealt with a lot quicker using rolling substitutions without the problem of getting the player back on again later on.
So a straight swap, Dutton going across there to that left wing, vacated by Davis, and he'll now have some attention. Now we're off and running again. Sheffield in possession, trying to get things going. One breaking kindly for them off the stick of Wayne Graham. Now down the right-hand side, we have the Australian Meredith. Foreigners on each side. Meredith from Australia, former Australian under-21 international. And his father's a member of the Federation of International Hockey Rules Board, so I hope he doesn't get into trouble with the umpires this afternoon. Mike, the introduction of so many foreign players now into the National League, do you think it's improved the game? Does it add colour, do you think?
I think we see both the strengths and weaknesses of it. It's depriving an English player from having a National League place, which is the downside, and the good side is that it's adding experience from other countries into our National League.
Well, you can make your own mind up about that. Personally, I have to say, I think it's great to see the exchange of players. And long may it continue. Now, Sheffield again enjoying the better of these opening minutes. Wayne Graham there given the hurry up. And our two featured internationals there, tussling in front of us. Meredith driving that one forward. Nicely picked up as well by Ward. But the pass not such a good one. Mike, Gavin Featherson, the coach of Oxford University, a very experienced coach. His hallmark has always been one of attacking hockey.
Yes, he's always been one of the coaches around the country that's gone out and played attacking hockey, and that's been one of his great strengths. Certainly last year, Oxford had a lot of goals in the regional league and really were winning the games very easily indeed.
Well, they've certainly found it more difficult this year with the step up to the national ranks, but still a very entertaining side. Whether entertainment today will take pride of place over the need for points remains to be seen. Gardner again right on the spot, giving Sheffield a hit. This is Jim Tasker now with it. Hooks up, cracks it towards the circle, but easily picked out by Graham, who feeds it forward. And Grant Edwards trying to get on with it, but the hit's gone in favour of Sheffield and they take it quickly. Edwards again quickly in, and a break now down this right-hand side. This is Lahore, and his quick ball through, rather a poor one. Lahore, who's been around the National League scene quite a bit. He's played at Teddington, missed some games earlier this season, attempted to cut part of his finger off while working in the kitchen at home. So, Mike, it's a tough old life, isn't it, being an amateur sportsman?
The moral of the story is keep out of the kitchen.
I was speaking last evening to Gavin Featherson about the problems, the challenges, if you like, of coaching a university side, and the stories he had to tell of late nights and people falling off bicycles and, well, Lahare's finger, of course, and people walking into walls. He's obviously finding it quite a challenge, but as a former Blue himself, I'm sure he is well versed in these things.
He's been through it himself, I'm sure.
Now a chance for Alex Dutton to get his game underway. Ball into Bray was not a good one. John Bray, who is the main playmaker in the middle of the park for Sheffield, former Welton player, also in the National League, and one of the many players from the Sheffield club who've gone on to represent Yorkshire, and in his case the North as well. Now Arshad Khan puts it forward for Grant Edwards. A good run here by Edwards, getting towards the Sheffield circle, tries to touch it inside. Good skills there by Chris Bleur, trying to find a way through and winning Oxford's first penalty corner. Good skills there from Bleur, former student from here at the University of Birmingham. In fact, Chris Bleur was the captain last year here, and the university went on to win the UAU Championships. So, one corner each. Sheffield made a bit of a nonsense of theirs. Let's see if the Oxford routine is any sharper. There goes the push out. Shot comes in, deflects off a Sheffield stick. Still not clear. Nicely across, but good defending by Sheffield, who come away now down this right-hand side. Jim Tasker looks up, picks out Meredith. Meredith trying the ball into the middle, but I'm afraid Ward had just strayed a little offside, but a good break there by Sheffield. And there'll be a free hit to Oxford just outside the top of their circle. Hit into Sheffield, just near the halfway line. All a bit scrappy through the midfield at the moment. Neither side really settling into a pattern. Dutton trying to get it through, but Khan there forced to obstruct. It's taken quickly, but not from the correct position. Neil Gardner insisting that players take the hit from the correct position. Trying to establish some order early in the game. Good umpiring. And down in front of us, you see that young Davis is fit to resume. And they're looking to exchange Davis for Dutton. So Dutton's introduction to the game was a short one. That ball lifting and play goes on. A chance here for Sheffield in the circle and a penalty corner given. So the substitution won't take place immediately. A penalty corner, one of the few times when a substitution can't be made. But Davis will have to wait a little longer. And Dutton will be hoping But while he's on the park, he can make a real impression. This is young Jim Tasker, Sheffield product, 19 years of age rather. There's the slip. Shot goes in. Wesley did well with the save, but the corner given again. Mike, how did you see that? What was that for?
I think the goalkeeper knocking the ball forward, to be honest. Looked like he knocked it into the player that was attacking on his right-hand side.
So, Ollie Wesley, third year historian from Worcester College, keeping that one out, but conceding another corner. Now this time the switch again. It's a good routine, surely. Wesley's down. And the whistle goes for another corner, but that was a chance,
They must be kicking themselves a bit for that one. Really, goalkeeper lying down on the floor very early. All he had to do was lift it over him. Excellent opportunity.
So Oxford still under great pressure. Stop, rolled, direct shot this time, but the ball not stopped, I think. And Oxford try and get things moving quickly. They do now through Khan. According to the programme notes, Arshad Khan is no relation to Imran or indeed Kubla Khan. A speculative shot there coming in for Oxford's number 13, that's Morley, Simon Morley. The blue for Oxford in 1992. Now doing a postgrad doctorate, having achieved a top first as an undergraduate. So whatever Gavin may be short of in terms of his team in organisation, he's certainly got plenty of intelligence out there on the park. And that ball lifted by Wayne Graham, and the hit going in favour of Sheffield, much to the annoyance of Wayne Graham, who looks quizzically at the umpire, but looked like a good shout from here. And a lovely ball over the top there. That was Mannion feeding Tasker. Good skills here from Meredith. Loses out and loses a little bit of control as well. Looking at the umpire for a decision, which wasn't going to go his way. Now Oxford with a chance. Into the circle, opportunity, scores, great goal. Grant Edwards latching on to that excellent through pass, makes no mistake, beating Malcolm Pratt from perhaps 12, 13 yards. Mike, a good move.
Yes, excellent move. He took his chance well, didn't he? Lifted it in over the top of the goalkeeper going down. Very, very good goal.
All that started down in front of us when Meredith was dispossessed and lost his concentration. Decided to take the matter up with the umpire rather than getting back to cover. But a fast break for Oxford, incisive pass through, and Grant Edwards made no mistake. So Oxford get their noses in front of the first period gone, and Gavin Featherston's recipe for goals seems to be working again. On possession so far, Mike, you have to say that's a little against the run of play, but they have another chance here as they break into the Sheffield 25, but the hit goes in Sheffield's favour.
Yes, I think Sheffield have done extremely well when they've looked to attack down their right-hand side. They really caused problems to the Oxford left defence. Really was a bit against the run of play, but Sheffield really only got themselves to blame for that.
And almost got themselves into the medal just a couple of seconds ago as well. As Oxford enjoy their best spell to date, buoyed up, of course, by that goal. The goal scorer with the ball. Grant Edwards, a New Zealander. And another opportunity there, and the whistle had gone long since. I only assume that Martin Lahare didn't hear that one. Sheffield hit the ball long, straight to an Oxford stick though. Oxford patiently working it around the back. This is Simon Mee, and a poor pass there from Mee gives Sheffield an opportunity. And there's still a chance, and it's just flashes wide of Wesley's right-hand post, but that was within a dice of making it one each. Chance there falling to Martin Mannion. Mike, they could have made a little more of that.
Yes, he actually took the chance quite well in the end. I think the defender put him off a little bit to start with, but it was a nice quick shot. Pity it wasn't just on the goal.
Just wide of that right-hand post.
1-1 would have kept the entertainment in the game.
Good crowd in, as I said, including the National League chairman, John Sutton. His first visit to the University of Birmingham this season. Certainly a hands-on chairman, believes in going to see all, or at least as many teams in the course of the season as he can. Tremendous PR activity for the league. And today his journeys take him to Birmingham. Now Sheffield through Tasker, driven into the circle and repelled. Oxford a little bit crowded at the top of their own circle there, and able to get a good clearance in. But Sheffield will be keen to get back in this one. John Bray with a hit. Takes it out, spreading it wide to Tasker. And it's still in there. And the hit finally given in favour of Oxford. But Sheffield are showing that they can create goals. So far their finishing hasn't matched their build-up. Blew up. Not a good ball through. Easily picked out by Sheffield. Will come again. Martin Mannion losing out down in front of his team dugout. Gets the hit and takes it quickly. Now Meredith. Meredith against Graham, already one of the great little cameos of this match. Interesting midfield tussle between the two of them. This time Sheffield have the hit. Now Meredith again. Graham goes to close him down. And a fine tackle there coming in from the Oxford number 5, Richard Markham. Ball played inside. Graham. A chance now for Ward. And the goalkeeper was down, still in there. Davis trying to get a second bite at the cherry, but it's cleared again by Oxford, but under some pressure. And Blur fires that one forward. It wasn't too far away either from Simon Morley. Sheffield in trouble. Morley robs them. Oh, and was that lifted into the circle? If it was, plays allowed to continue. Finishes on a Sheffield stick. And Mike, another incisive move by Oxford, closing down the Sheffield defender.
Yes, the Sheffield defence making quite hard work of it down there when it does get down there.
Haven't really tested Ollie Wesley in the goal. The nearest they came perhaps was their last one. So maybe that's a portend for things to come in the second half. The Sheffield bench will certainly be hoping so. At the moment, Oxford going forward again. Sheffield forced to defend. Over by the corner flag. They have the hit. And they can see from the electronic clock there's just 20 seconds to go in this first period. And if Sheffield are going to tie it up, it's got to go route 1. And route 1 it went. And a break on now down the far side. Opportunity for Ward. But all he could do really was keep the ball in play. No chance of collecting it and keeping possession.
Again, just a sloppy pass, really.
And the half-time hooter goes, bringing to the end this first half. Oxford University take a slender 1-goal lead into the interval. We'll be back in just a few moments with all of the second half's highlights. And welcome back as Rob Ward gets the second half under from right to left as we look at them. Sheffield, remember, trailing by 1-0. That goal scored by Grant Edwards in the 12th minute. Stephen Griffiths for Oxford. And the crowd have had an entertaining first half. Oxford probably just about deserving to lead by 1-0, if only for the quality of their finish, which left Sheffield somewhat trailing in its wake. Sheffield perhaps had the majority of the chances, but didn't really test goalkeeper Ollie Wesley. Now Meredith for Sheffield. Joining me in the commentary box today is Mike Hamilton, the Hockey Association's Director of Coaching. Mike, a good first half. What do you think the two coaches have been saying to their respective teams in the interval?
Well, I think Gavin with Oxford would have been saying we're 1 goal up, let's keep it like that, let's keep doing the attacks in the same sort of way. Similar sort of tactics very much, perhaps sorting out the left defence a little bit if he can. Sheffield, I think, bigger problem, got to have confidence.
Dan Edwards with an opportunity, but that ball may well beat him. Edwards spectacularly did well, but easily picked out by Stoddard. The ball seemed to be gaining momentum as it ran towards that goal line. Now Sheffield breaking again. Bogle just unable to pick that one out, but it's still in. It's out of play now, however. Sheffield take it. Bogle, pass Khan. Free hit given in Bogle's favour. The wildly swinging stick of the Oxford defender. And that ball lifted from the free hit, so Oxford breathe again. And a chance to clear their lines. There's Andrew Meredith. Made some good inroads into the Oxford defences during that first period. Sheffield looking particularly dangerous down their right-hand side. A strong side, of course, for any hockey side. Hockey very much a right-hand game in so many ways. Martin Laharet for Oxford now, an opportunity for them. Wayne Graham. Wayne Graham powerfully into the Sheffield circle, keeps possession, but gives away the free hit.
Good pace.
It's been an excellent game so far, Mike, I hope you'll agree. Both sides with everything to play for. A win today would make such a difference to both sides' early season results. Oxford, after that very exciting opening, have 3 straight defeats. They'll be looking to put that right. And they must be beginning to think this is their lucky pitch. But still a long way to go. Sheffield beat Harborne last week. They'll be looking to keep that roll going. At the moment, they trail Oxford University by 1-0. The goal coming in open play from Grant Edwards. And I'm sure they'll enjoy that goal when they see it on Tuesday night, because hockey night in Oxford is at the Hogs Head Ale House. Sky Sports is the popular evening feature. I hope they enjoy that goal, and I hope we have more to cheer as well. Offside this time, given against Dan Edwards. That was the offside whistle that Sheffield were hoping for just a few moments ago. This time it came to their rescue. But it's a pretty tight line that Sheffield are playing at the back, and they'll have to be careful they don't get caught out with that. Featherstone brings the changes again. This is the man they've just brought on. It's Stuart Mackay. And the free hit given to Sheffield. Stuart Mackay just come on, student at Pembroke. Interesting sportsman. 2 years of blue at hockey. He's also got a half blue at skiing. So I hope it's not all downhill from now on for Oxford. And also a blue as a soccer goalkeeper, so something of an all-rounder. No mention here of any studies. I presume he fits some of that in as well. Now here he is, Mackay. And Bluer had his stick tapped as that one came towards him. A penalty corner for Oxford. Mike, what does that make the tally now?
That makes the tally 3 short corners to Oxford and 5 to Sheffield.
And so far, no goals. Is this the moment when Oxford get it right? Sheffield 2 preparing to make a substitution in front of us.
Seems to be a little confusion from the Oxford attack. Looks like this is one of the penalty corners that Gavin probably picked up during the...
Well, it wasn't too far away. It was me with the final shot, but it wasn't too far wide of the mark.
Set up very similar sort of starting lineup to the German under-21s.
Just needs a little bit more polish, Mike, perhaps.
Yep.
And that one comes off the Sheffield defender's foot. It'll be a free hit to Oxford. 6 or 7 yards outside the Sheffield circle. And a long corner now as the ball balloons off a Sheffield stick. There's the Sheffield bench. Andy Tapley looking at the watch. He'll know there's still just under 25 minutes to go in this game. Plenty of time for his team. We trail by 1-0. They'll try and break forward, but the intended first-time pass, not a good one. And not all the fireworks on the pitch. Probably heard the bang in the background there. We're very close to an armoury here in Birmingham as well. I'm very pleased to say they haven't decided to do any training exercises on Sunday afternoon so far. We'll certainly know when they do. As Wayne Graham breaks forward. Mackay and Graham into working well. Grant Edwards forward, takes the free hit to Bloor. Oxford stepping up. And Bloor again, penalty corner given. Mike, but why was that given?
I would think that was given for the clash of sticks. The umpire Neil Gardner assuming that or seeing that the defender was hitting the stick of the attacker running in.
Yes, just outside the circle, but Neil Gardner obviously deciding that that was a deliberate foul by the Sheffield defender.
Must have felt it was intentional.
Nice build-up here, and perhaps one pass too many. Bloor not wanting to take responsibility for the shots, but Oxford have another corner. Good pressure from Oxford. There's Chris Bloor to the right of picture there.
Looked to be a gap for a shot in there on that far post from Chris Bloor.
Might have taken that one on. Excellent build-up by Oxford. Now, plenty of players at the top of the circle. Wayne Graham again tries a shot himself this time, and Sheffield scrambled it away. It'll be a long corner on that far side. There's Wayne Graham. That time he attempted a low push-in. And a chance for Graham. Great save there.
Save.
And the rebound from Bloor flashes wide, but that was a great save there by Malcolm Pratt in the Sheffield goal. That'll make him feel pretty good at the start of the second half. Stretching wide to his left and effecting an excellent save with his left pad.
Yeah, and again he'd stayed on his feet, hadn't he?
He had good goalkeeping there, any youngsters watching. Good technique by Malcolm Pratt, and really that save might well be a save that keeps Sheffield in this game. They certainly wouldn't want to go 2 down now. And Simon Mee for Oxford. Gets them going again, delays the pass, and good pressure coming in from Bogle, and Mee makes a mistake. Lifting the ball dangerously, and Sheffield now with a free hit. Good close skills there by Bogle. Again, winning the free hit off Bloor. Bray with the ball. And just lifted at the Oxford defender, and Oxford will have the free hit right at the top of their own circle. Good defence there by Richard Markham. He's had a busy game in the Oxford defence. Quite a roasting down that Oxford left-hand side in the first half.
Yeah, Sheffield have failed to really sort of continue that pressure down their right-hand side attack this second half.
Now Bogle down the left.
An excellent steal from Bogle there off that defender. Very
the introduction of Bogle has been quite an asset for Sheffield. He really has closed down things, made it tough for Oxford. Busy player. Lahore forward for Edwards. Meredith gets the free hit, and Edwards knocks the ball away, and he'll need to be careful. I think he thought initially that the free hit had gone in his favour. At least that's giving him the benefit of the doubt, Mike, perhaps.
Yes, I think he's a wise hand, isn't he?
Been around a bit, certainly. Student at Lincoln College. Quite a beautiful little college in Turl Street in Oxford. And the former University College of Charles Wesley. Good harrying there this time from the Lincoln man. Makes it difficult for Sheffield, but conceding the free hit in the end. Sheffield trying to string some passes together.
That's another example of how they've stepped the defence up the pitch a bit, Oxford, this half.
Yes, indeed. Oxford quick to break. I think Coach Featherstone may well have to put on ice his entertainment requirements. The points perhaps more important to him in this game than the normal attacking flair that we see from his side. They're ahead now, they'll want to stay that way. Meredith, who's moved into the centre of the field, and a lovely ball too, and a chance here for Sheffield. And Wesley out quickly, and the ball getting shut somewhere underneath in penalty corner to Sheffield.
Very good strong run from Meredith down the middle of the pitch there, an excellent pass at the end of it.
Yes, Meredith has gone into the centre channel for the moment, and is making life tough for Oxford. It's taken him away from Wayne Graham, where he wasn't getting very much change in the earlier exchanges. And a chance here again for them. There's the push out. There's the shots, and flashing just wide of Wesley's left-hand post. I don't think Wesley had a great sight of it. The goalkeeper was down. Good, powerful shot there coming in from the Sheffield captain, David Belgin, former professional tennis player. I'm sure for once in his sporting career, he'd been happy to see that one ending up in the net. Now, Bogle losing out to Arshid Khan, has a chance to break. This is Lahare. Khan outside him. There's Arshid Khan. Off the Sheffield defender's foot. Somewhat fortuitously, I don't think the angle of that pass was a particularly good one from Arshid Khan. Now Lahare, that's a better ball. An opportunity, and again, Malcolm Pratt stood his ground, and Wayne Graham didn't really get a hold of that shot.
He's having a good game, Malcolm Pratt.
He certainly is. Danger here for Sheffield. Graham through the legs of the Sheffield defender. He got back well to clear the danger. Oxford perhaps a little slow with the final pass. Somewhat laborious build-up there.
Yeah, strange, because they've been quite good at that sort of situation through this game.
Sorry to interrupt, Mike. We're going to see the game's first yellow card there, and it's given to the Australian Andrew Meredith, who will be making his way across. Well, we picked him out at the start of the game in our player profile as star performer for Sheffield. I'm afraid they're going to be without his services for a minimum of 5 of the last 9 minutes.
These aren't reluctant to give correction to umpires verbally on the pitch. And it's not taken well in this country at all.
Chance for Lahare. He goes past Pratt. He must score here, and he does. Great goal. That was the danger always for Sheffield. They had to go forward. They left themselves exposed at the back. And Martin Lahare, once he'd gone past Malcolm Pratt, well, Mike, he couldn't miss, could he?
He looked up, he took his chance extremely well. Very good goal. Excellent example for the youngsters who might be watching this. And
I think with less than 5 minutes to go now, that it's all up for Sheffield. They trail Oxford University by 2-0. That second goal coming there from the experienced Martin Lahare. Took it well. Pratt did all he could to try and force Lahare wide, but once he was beyond the goalkeeper, it was plain sailing. So it looks like the students have got the better of the men of steel of Sheffield. 2-0, and Sheffield still with just 10 men.
It's very calm when he took that chance, wasn't he, Nick?
He was. I think the critical thing, Mike, was, as you just pointed out, he looked up, didn't he? And so often you see players go around the goalkeeper and then blaze it at the target, when just a fraction of a second to look up would have made it so much easier. And again, Mike, getting back to these surfaces, on a surface like this, you can afford to look up because you've got a fair chance the ball's going to be on the end of the stick when you return to it.
Even the beginners know where the ball is. You don't have to spend all your time trying to get to the ball and stopping it bumping around and all the things that we used to have to do on grass pitches.
So a surface that may have had its critics within the game of soccer, certainly have no critics within hockey. It has been the making of our sport. As John Bray tries to get his side going again, and that's a good aerial. And Mee had to be quickly across there. The rangy Simon Mee at the back for Oxford. Had a good game. Mike, I'm going to be asking you in a few moments to nominate your champagne moment for the game, so just give us a little bit of thought. I'll ask you before the final whistle as Oxford look to make another substitution. They're bringing off Stuart Mackay, and Dan Edwards coming back on again. So Mackay has had a good 20 minutes or so for Oxford out there. Made it difficult for the Sheffield defence. And was that offside? It certainly wasn't given if it was. And Lahare again tangling with Pratt. Still not clear. It was all full down time. It was Grant Edwards was involved, and Malcolm Pratt, the Sheffield goalkeeper, was certainly involved, but a real chapter of accidents. A comedy of errors. 2.5 minutes to go for Sheffield to try and get some consolation from this game. Looks like Oxford are going to record their second win of the season. will give their confidence a big boost. But Davis for Sheffield into the circle, wins the penalty corner, and if this one goes in, we could still be in for a barnstorming finish. Oxford will have to defend carefully here. If Sheffield were to squeeze this one in, it could make all the difference. Now we're into the last 2 minutes. Wayne Graham makes his way back behind the line. There's the strike, and just wide of the target again. And how often has that happened for Sheffield? David Boggin, the captain, not been on the target with those corners on too many occasions, perhaps, for his side today. Good firm strikes, just missing.
You'd expect more from 8 short corners, to be honest, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm sure their coach and manager, Reuben Herbert and Andy Tapley, will be looking at that statistic and wondering how on earth they didn't score. Well, at the other end, with the game now entering its last minute, Oxford have a corner of their own, and they'll be in no hurry to get this one going. Simon Mee making his way forward from the back. In fairness, Oxford too have, although threatened from the corners, haven't really tested Pratt too much. Is there still time? It's a powerful flick against the bar. What a marvellous flick that was from Lahore as well. Very powerful. And I think that had beat, well, I certainly had beaten Pratt.
But again, he stood a chance. He stayed standing on his feet, and he was a little bit slow getting there, but he was doing the right thing. Very good flick.
Right, Mike, it's off the fence time. Champagne moment, please.
Well, very easy to sit on the fence. We've had some good performances. Malcolm Pratt in goal for Sheffield, and we've seen some excellent pace from Jonathan Davis on the wing for Sheffield. On the Oxford side, I think Grant Edwards done some sterling work, but I'd actually go for Andrew Meredith, just for a couple of excellent breaks down the middle of the pitch and a cracking pass halfway through the second half.
And Meredith, who's now back on the pitch, just unable to pick that one up as the crowd counters down. The final hooter sounds. Oxford University have won this game. They've beaten Sheffield by 2-0. The goals coming in the first half from Grant Edwards, and towards the end, a spectacular goal in open play again from Martin Lahore. So, disappointment for Sheffield. Their efforts here have ended in defeat in this Pizza Express encounter, a result which sees their opponents leapfrog them in the table. All the results and league updates after the break.